Hey, Lizzie's fans. It's me here, Rich, with my acoustic guitar rig, and I've got a couple of requests to see what's going on here, so I figured we'd do a little rig rundown. This is actually, we can start with the, if you want, we can start with the guitar. This is my Martin that I use. It's a Dreadnought. It's acoustic electric, obviously. It has like a Fishman pickup in it. Sounds really nice. It's really big. Majority of the night it's just this. I'm just playing the guitar, going into this Fishman amp over here. This is just so I can hear myself. You don't really hear the amp because I'm kind of plugged into a direct box that goes right into the internet, into the computer. But then after the guitar is where we start to see all the fun stuff. I'm actually just using, this is my regular Lizard's electric pedal board. So it has two tube screamers, which I use for distortion. One set to moderate, one set to loud. The compressor doesn't really get used in this rig, but it's always there. It doesn't leave the board. I have a wah-wah pedal here, which I use sometimes. And then this is what really controls some of these other features. So we have this that controls the whammy pedal, which does a lot of the heavy lifting in these acoustic gigs. So, you know, like the whammy pedal, you can go up the octave, you can set it to many different things. A lot of the times I kind of play with it as a octave down, like a bass sound. Right, I use that a lot, I would say. I also use this sound a lot, which is like the half step bend. So you hear that all the time. Delay, it's just a regular old delay. So this is, there it is. It's kind of light. It's not, I usually have the tone a little bit higher. So there you go, you can kind of hear it. And then this Mutron is an envelope filter. That's this little guy here. Classic Mutron, classic envelope sound, like a Jerry kind of sound. And then this is a fun toy that Trey uses. It's called the Key 9 electric piano machine. Pretty much uses it for only one setting, the mallet setting. It doesn't want to work right now, but sometimes it just needs to be plugged back in. So you got these weird, like, kind of almost keyboard-like sounds. I like this little clicking sound that it does. And then this button does nothing. So then we move over here. We have this fun little pedal called the Freeze, which is kind of like, our lighting guy describes it as like a bagpipe sound, which is funny. But the idea is that you play a chord, hold that down, and then it infinitely freezes the sound and delays it forever. Create like a bass for loops sometimes. I'll just have it going. That's a good I usually kind of have it set for this slow release. There's some really cool effects on this pedal. You can kind of set it so it's almost an infinite and it only stops when you click it off, right? I usually don't use it that way. I kind of have it set up in this way that I have to trigger it with my foot because I find it a little more easier to manage. Then I just have this is an Eventide Space, which is a bunch of reverbs in it, but I'm mainly just using it for a hall, just a basic reverb that you hear coming out of this amp. This is a preamp that I use to kind of just shape the tone of the acoustic guitar. Sometimes I use it as a bit of a boost. Just a little bit more of a boost there for lead stuff. And then lastly, of course we have my computer, which has all my lyrics on it. And then lastly, we have the Boomerang phrase sampler, which also does a lot of the heavy lifting in this kind of gig, where, you know, we kind of record anything, and then I can loop on top of it just by pressing this button here, stack. So if I come up with different ideas. pretty much it. So all the things, all the toys.
Perfect.
Cheers.